Imagine a single man reshaping the course of history, commanding an empire that stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe. Yes, we are talking about Genghis Khan, one of history's greatest conquerors. In the vast tapestry of human history, few figures stand as tall or cast as long a shadow as Genghis Khan. Born as Temujin in the unforgiving Mongolian steppes, he would rise from humble beginnings to become the master of an empire that was unprecedented in its scope and influence. Genghis Khan was not just a warrior but a visionary leader. His strategies in warfare were innovative and ruthless, his governance progressive and effective. He fused the warring tribes of Mongolia into a unified force, and then unleashed that force upon the world, reshaping the course of history in his wake. His story is a testament to the indomitable will of a man who refused to be defined by his circumstances, instead choosing to redefine the world around him. From the ashes of adversity, he built an empire that stretched from the azure coasts of the Pacific to the historic cities of Eastern Europe. In this video, we will journey through the life of Genghis Khan, exploring his rise to power, his military campaigns, and the vast empire he built. We will delve into the strategies that made him a formidable conqueror, the principles that guided his governance, and the legacy that he left behind. We will witness the transformation of Temujin, a young boy left to fend for himself in the harsh Mongolian wilderness, into Genghis Khan, the universal ruler. We will traverse the battlefields where he forged his empire, from the invasion of the Khwarezmian Empire to the battles against the Western Xia and Jin dynasties. We will explore the intricacies of his governance, his policies of religious tolerance and meritocracy, as well as the establishment of the Yam, the empire-wide postal system. And finally, we will reflect on the impact of his rule, both in his time and in the centuries that followed. So buckle up as we delve into the life and times of the man who was Genghis Khan, a towering figure whose shadow still looms over the landscapes of history. Our story begins in the harsh steppes of Mongolia, where a young boy named Temujin, later known as Genghis Khan, was born into a world of tribal conflicts and survival. In the 12th century, a boy was born into the Borjigin clan, destined to become one of the most influential figures in world history. His name was Temujin, named after a Tatar chieftain his father had just captured, a name that ironically means blacksmith. He was born clutching a clot of blood in his hand, a sign, Mongols believed, of a future great warrior. Life in the steppes was anything but easy. It was a world characterized by harsh climates, scarcity of resources, and constant tribal conflicts. Temujin's early life was marred by struggles and hardship. When he was just 9, his father, Yesuke, was poisoned by a rival tribe, leaving young Temujin and his family to fend for themselves in the harsh landscape. Abandoned and ostracized by their tribe, the family lived in extreme poverty, surviving on wild fruits, marmots, and other small game. Despite these hardships, these years shaped Temujin's character, teaching him the values of perseverance, resourcefulness, and the importance of loyalty. Temujin's life took a turn when he met Jamuka, a boy of noble birth. They became Anda, or blood brothers, forging a bond that would have significant implications in their future. Together they navigated the brutal world of Mongolian tribal politics, a world where alliances were as fluid as the rivers that crisscrossed the steppes. In his early 20s, Temujin's reputation as a charismatic leader with a knack for strategic alliances began to grow. He started to unify the Mongol tribes, an idea that was revolutionary at the time. The Mongols were a fiercely independent people, divided into numerous tribes and clans, each with their own loyalties and conflicts. Temujin's rise to power wasn't without its setbacks. He was captured in a raid and enslaved by a rival tribe, but even in chains, his spirit remained unbroken. He made a daring escape and returned to his people, a feat that only bolstered his reputation. One of the defining moments in Temujin's journey to becoming Genghis Khan was his complicated relationship with Jamuka. The bond between the blood brothers was strained as their visions for the future of the Mongols diverged. This culminated in a civil war, with Jamuka leading the traditionalist aristocratic tribes, while Temujin led the commoners and marginalized. The decisive battle came at Dalan Baljut. Temujin's forces emerged victorious, marking a turning point in Mongolian history. The victory not only solidified Temujin's power, but also marked the beginning of the end for Mongolia's fragmented tribal system. In the summer of 1206, at a grand Kurultai, a traditional council of Mongolian chiefs, Temujin was proclaimed Genghis Khan, the universal ruler. This marked the birth of the Mongol nation under a single banner, an unprecedented feat in the history of the Mongolian steppes. The boy named after a captured enemy had risen through the ranks, surviving a harsh childhood, overcoming personal betrayals and navigating the complex tribal society. He had taken a landscape rife with internecine warfare and united it under his rule, transforming the scattered Mongolian tribes into a force that would come to dominate much of the known world. From a destitute orphan to the supreme Khan, Genghis Khan was now ready to leave an indelible mark on the world. Genghis Khan's rise to power was marked by an unprecedented wave of military campaigns and conquests. A statement that encapsulates the very essence of this legendary conqueror's journey, as he carved out an empire that was truly unparalleled in its scale and reach. But how did he do it? What set Genghis Khan apart from other military leaders of his time? The secret lies in his innovative military strategies and tactics. Genghis Khan was a master of warfare, a strategist who revolutionized the art of combat in ways that continue to influence military thought even today. One of his most noteworthy innovations was the use of cavalry. Mongolian horses were small but sturdy, capable of enduring harsh climates and long journeys. Genghis Khan's horsemen were highly mobile, able to cover vast distances quickly, and proficient in the use of the composite bow, a weapon with a range and accuracy superior to anything their enemies possessed. This combination of speed, endurance, and firepower made the Mongol cavalry a force to be reckoned with. They could strike swiftly, retreat, and then strike again, a tactic known as the feigned retreat. This strategy would lure the enemy into a trap, breaking their formations and leaving them vulnerable to a devastating counterattack. But the genius of Genghis Khan extended beyond his cavalry. He was also a master of psychological warfare. He understood that fear could be as powerful a weapon as any sword or bow. He would often use intimidation tactics, such as exaggerated reports of his army's size and brutality, to demoralize his enemies even before the battles began. Genghis Khan's reputation for mercilessness was such that many cities and kingdoms would surrender without a fight, sparing his troops the need for battle and conserving their strength for more formidable opponents. In addition to fear, Genghis Khan also understood the value of information. He established an extensive network of spies and scouts, gathering intelligence on enemy strengths, weaknesses, and movements. This information was crucial in planning his campaigns, allowing him to anticipate his enemies' strategies and counter them effectively. Now let's delve into some of the significant conquests that marked Genghis Khan's rise to power. The invasion of the Khwarezmian Empire was one of his most notable campaigns. This was a powerful Muslim state that stretched from the Caspian Sea to the borders of China. However, despite its size and strength, the Khwarezmian Empire was no match for Genghis Khan's formidable army. The Mongols swept through the empire, capturing city after city until the once mighty Khwarezmian Empire was no more. Another significant campaign was against the Western Jia and Jin dynasties of China. These were powerful states with large armies and fortified cities, but Genghis Khan's innovative strategies, combined with the superior mobility and firepower of his cavalry, allowed the Mongols to overcome these formidable adversaries. The conquest of Western Jia and Jin marked the beginning of Mongol domination in China, a rule that would last for over a century. Genghis Khan's campaigns were not limited to Asia. He also launched successful invasions into Central Asia and Europe, extending his empire's reach from the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe. These were remarkable achievements considering the vast distances, diverse cultures, and varied terrains involved. Through these campaigns, Genghis Khan demonstrated his military genius and strategic acumen. He was not just a conqueror, but a master of warfare, a leader who could adapt to different situations and overcome challenges that would have defeated lesser men. His innovative strategies, coupled with his relentless drive for expansion, allowed him to carve out an empire that was truly unparalleled in its scale and reach. Genghis Khan's military campaigns and conquests were not just about expanding his empire. They were also about consolidating his power, imposing his authority, and establishing a new world order under Mongol rule. His victories on the battlefield translated into political and economic gains, strengthening his empire and ensuring its survival long after his death. Through his military genius, Genghis Khan carved out an empire that was truly unparalleled in its scale and reach. These words echo the legacy of one of history's greatest conquerors, a man whose strategies and tactics continue to inspire military leaders and strategists, even today. As we move on to the next chapter of his life, We will explore how Genghis Khan governed his vast empire, the policies he implemented, and the lasting impact of his rule. Commanding an empire is one thing, governing it is another, and Genghis Khan proved adept at both. Indeed, the Mongol ruler's skills extended far beyond the battlefield. As a ruler, Genghis Khan introduced groundbreaking policies that would shape his empire's future and, arguably, the world. At the heart of his system of governance was a belief in meritocracy. He believed that positions of power should be based on merit rather than hereditary rights or social status. This was a radical idea in a world where nobility and lineage often dictated power. The Khan's officers were chosen for their abilities, not their birthright. This policy cultivated loyalty and efficiency within his ranks, contributing to the empire's stability and growth. Then there was his approach to religion. In an era characterized by religious wars and persecution, Genghis Khan's empire was a beacon of religious tolerance. He advocated for freedom of religion throughout his realm, allowing his subjects to practice their faiths freely. This policy fostered peace and unity among the diverse religious groups within his empire. It was a masterstroke of governance that allowed for the peaceful coexistence of diverse cultures under one rule. Trade was another cornerstone of Genghis Khan's governance. He understood the importance of trade in fostering economic growth and stability. Therefore, he established policies that protected trade routes and encouraged commerce. This not only boosted the economy of his empire but also facilitated cultural exchange and the spread of ideas. But how did Genghis Khan manage to govern such a vast, diverse empire effectively? The answer lies in the administrative structure he implemented. The Mongol Empire was divided into units known as ulus. Each ulus was governed by a leader chosen based on merit. This decentralization of power allowed for efficient governance over vast territories, each with its unique challenges and needs. And then there was the establishment of the yam, an empire-wide system akin to a postal service. The yam consisted of a network of relay stations across the empire. Couriers could travel rapidly from one station to another, carrying messages, goods, and even officials. This enabled swift communication across the vast empire, connecting its farthest reaches. It was a feat of logistics and administration that was truly ahead of its time. These policies and systems were not just about maintaining control over a vast territory. They were also about laying the groundwork for future expansion. By establishing an efficient, merit-based system of governance, Genghis Khan ensured that his empire could continue to grow and adapt even after his death. Of course, governing an empire wasn't without its challenges. There were rebellions to quell, disputes to settle, and vast distances to manage. But through his innovative policies and administrative structures, Genghis Khan managed to maintain control over his empire and set the stage for its future expansion. In conclusion, the governance of the Mongol Empire under Genghis Khan was characterized by policies of meritocracy, religious tolerance, and trade protection. He implemented an efficient administrative structure that allowed for the effective governance of vast territories. And through the establishment of the yam, he connected the farthest reaches of his empire, facilitating rapid communication and trade. Genghis Khan's governance not only maintained the vast empire but also set the stage for its future expansion. His approach to governance was as groundbreaking as his military tactics, and its impact can still be felt today. Genghis Khan's influence didn't die with him. It rippled through centuries, shaping societies and cultures in its wake. This far-reaching impact of the Mongol Empire is perhaps most apparent in the spread of technologies and ideas during Genghis Khan's reign. Under the Mongols, the Silk Road, a network of trade routes connecting east and west, experienced a revitalization. With the Mongol Empire's vastness and the relative peace under the Pax Mongolica or Mongol Peace, trade and cultural exchange flourished like never before. Eastern technologies such as papermaking, gunpowder, the compass, and printing techniques flowed westward, while Western innovations in science, medicine, and arts made their way east. This exchange of knowledge and technology accelerated the pace of progress in both regions, leaving a profound and lasting impact. Furthermore, the Mongol Empire served as a cultural bridge, bringing together diverse civilizations under one rule. This intermingling of cultures led to a blend of art, music, cuisine, and fashion, enriching the cultural fabric of the empire. Genghis Khan's influence also stretched to the sphere of language. The Uyghur script, adopted by the Mongols, became the administrative language of the empire, facilitating communication across vast distances. Today, it's still used in some regions of Mongolia. The Mongols' legacy is, however, a complex one. In many parts of the world, Genghis Khan is remembered for his brutal military campaigns and the destruction they wrought. Yet in others, he is hailed as a visionary leader who brought about administrative efficiency, law and order, and cultural growth. In modern Mongolia, Genghis Khan is a national hero, a symbol of unity, strength, and resilience. His image adorns everything from banknotes to vodka bottles, and his name lends prestige to numerous institutions and landmarks. Yet in places like Iran and parts of Central Asia, where the scars of Mongol invasions run deep, he is often viewed as a ruthless destroyer. These contrasting views reflect the vast and diverse legacy of Genghis Khan, a testament to his far-reaching influence and the enduring impact of his rule. Modern media also paints a multifaceted picture of Genghis Khan. In films and literature, he is alternately portrayed as a brutal conqueror, a wise ruler, a master strategist, or a complex character with both virtues and flaws. These portrayals, while differing in their interpretation, all underscore one fact. Genghis Khan was a transformational figure, one who left an indelible mark on history. His legacy, like the man himself, is larger than life, reflecting the magnitude of his achievements and the vastness of his empire. To add another layer to this complex legacy, recent genetic studies suggest that Genghis Khan's lineage continues today. It's estimated that about 1 in every 200 men alive today is a direct descendant of Genghis Khan. This remarkable finding adds a biological dimension to his enduring influence, a testament to the sheer scale of his conquests. Whether seen as a ruthless conqueror or a visionary leader, Genghis Khan's legacy is as vast and diverse as the empire he once ruled. His influence, be it in the spread of technologies, the revitalization of the Silk Road, or his portrayal in modern media, continues to shape our world in myriad ways. And as we delve into the many facets of his legacy, we gain a deeper understanding of this monumental figure and the world he helped shape. As we journeyed through the life of Genghis Khan, we discovered a man of contrasts, a leader of exceptional strategic acumen, and a conqueror of unparalleled ambition. From his humble beginnings as Temujin in the harsh steppes of Mongolia, he rose to become Genghis Khan, the universal ruler, unifying the scattered tribes under one banner. His military prowess was not just about brute strength or numbers. It was a blend of innovative tactics, psychological warfare, and information gathering that gave him the upper hand in battles, stretching from the Khwarezmian Empire to the Western Xia and Jin dynasties, and beyond. His empire swept across Central Asia and Europe, leaving an indelible mark on the world map. Yet Genghis Khan was not just a conqueror. He was a pragmatic ruler who understood the importance of governance. His policies on religious tolerance, meritocracy, trade, and communication systems like the Yam showcase his progressive vision. The division of his empire among his sons and generals laid the groundwork for the future expansion and management of the empire, a testament to his foresight. His influence seeped into the cultures under his rule, spreading technologies, ideas, and revitalizing the Silk Road. The genetic studies hinting at his lineage, the portrayal of Genghis Khan in modern media, and the varying views of his legacy worldwide reflect the lasting impact of his rule. Reflecting on Genghis Khan's role in shaping the modern world, we can see his leadership principles at work. His strategic acumen, ability to unify diverse groups, and forward-thinking policies hold lessons for modern leaders. In an increasingly interconnected world, his approach to governance, his open-mindedness, and his ability to adapt and innovate could serve as valuable guides. In the annals of history, Genghis Khan stands tall, a testament to the indomitable spirit of one man's ability to shape the world, a world that still, in many ways, bears the marks of his rule.